This changes everything for the San Diego Padres. Big updates and news coming on a major free agency signing. Michael King and the Padres, they're doing the tango. They're doing the dance. They're starting to figure out a little bit more that he is our guy, and the Padres are going to find a way to get it done. What's going on, everybody? I'm Christian Pedersen, back with another episode of Padres Digest. We're going to talk all about Michael King and the latest reports on what is going on with like I said, it's the dance. It's the beginning of contract negotiations. There's just a lot of clarity starting to come together surrounding everything. Before we go any further, this is the part of the show where I do the stereotypical YouTube thing of saying, can you please hit the subscribe button? Last time I'll ask you. All right, let's talk some baseball. We're going to talk about what Jon Heyman was saying in a recent article where he was talking about the Padres, their financial situation, their starting pitching situation. One source that he has talked to there, you see it, sees Greg Maddux similarities, and I think that we've all gotten to love and know Michael King a lot better this season. He had a good year last year, but he's become our dude this year. There was is it Cease? Is it him? Is it Cease? Is it him? It's him now. Cease can still throw another no-hitter or whatever this year. I don't think that he takes over the ace spot. Maybe I'm wrong, or maybe you disagree with me. Hop into the comments section and let me know if you feel that way. But this is now the Padres. They're hopeful of re-signing one of their two, and I think that has always been the realistic look. I'm sure that internally the Padres would love to have both of them back, but the reality of having two guys who are front of the rotation guys, if you want to call it, maybe you don't even want to put one of them or the other one as the ace, but front of the rotation guys, having two front of the rotation guys together in a both of them going into free agency is expensive and is hard. Now, you might say to yourself, Christian, he's not really going to free agency. Here is the exact details on King's contract right now. He's got a $15 million mutual option for 2026. He will most likely not exercise that. I think that he has been pretty clear that he wants to talk to all Major League Baseball teams in the sense that like he's just said, I want to be open to free agency. I don't think he has said anything negative about the Padres in a way that makes me feel, oh my gosh, he's ready to get out of here. There's been some guys probably over the course of your being a Padres fan that you're just like, oh, we're not bringing this guy back. It's just not happening. That's not this. King has made no overarching indications that he wants to get out of here in any sort of speedy way. So looking at just the numbers, let me show you where we're at with Michael King this year. And this year on the top, career on the bottom. He's having a really good year. He is, I think, as you saw in that previous slide, of an estimated 17-something million a year value for 71. I think he's well within that right. I think that's a not cheap bargain, but I don't think that that's an unreasonable contract to ask for somebody who is King's age, pedigree. He's not a superstar, so I think that if we get in on that deal, we can get numbers that are really good in return for that value, given that pitching also just seems to get more expensive and at a premium every year. I think also you can just make the case that he sort of seems to be the heir apparent to Yu Darvish in terms of the feel of it all. Like he feels like the ace, the intangibles guy. So like, good. Fine. I'm fine with that price tag. The reports from Jon Heyman are that he is very open to something in this realm with the Padres, and he would like to get it done, and that the Padres feel mutually that they seem to be targeting, per Heyman, King is now becoming the lead guy in that. And I love that. Let me know what you think in the comment section. I think that this season has shown the results to be King better, but I like King's stuff better. I like his composure of just him mentally and like from what you hear from him in the interviews, in-game, post-game, all that. But I also just like the composure of his arsenal, of a sinker, fastball heavy thing that relies on accuracy and movement, and he delivers that, and it's maybe a little bit better feasible for it to age with him and be something there in 5 years. At the end of that contract, if his arm has slowed down just a little bit, it's not going to ruin his stuff, maybe the way that Cease's overwhelming fastball could fall victim to that. I am curious, though, the flip side of this, that if they start openly focusing on King being the dude, what does that mean long-term for the conversation around Cease? Does that mean that Cease now becomes aware of, like, hey, I'm second fiddle, I'm what this, like, he just kind of becomes that dead asset where it's like, most likely, unless he's just bottoms out and has a horrible year for the rest of the year, we're going to get him back on some basement bargain deal. Most likely he's gone. Does the conversation then become like, we need to trade Cease for something? We need to trade, or we need to hold on to Cease and just ride him out and be like, this is our window with him. Next year, we let him walk, or we get him whatever kind of offer no stay. Basically we let him walk, and then we just try to replace him with a Vasquez or somebody like that, a Kolek. We have other videos on all of them that you can go check out. But with Cease and King, not everybody can be the one. So if this is the report that we're hearing, that it's leaning towards King, I'm fine with that. I love that. I'm down for that. I think that if you look here overall, just at the full numbers also, I know I showed you some graphics earlier. Let's go to this one's a little bit more overwhelming numbers-wise, but you can dive into some of his tendencies here. And all of this, as you read across, to me feels like ace number one dude. So if I'm hearing that the Padres are focusing in on this guy, in summary, I love that move in and of itself. I think it's a fantastic move. B, I think it then knocks over a domino of, let's really focus on figuring out what to do with Cease. Is his value as a pitcher right now, or as an asset to trade for a left fielder or a catcher or something like that? Let me know what you think in the comment section, both about the re-signing of King and him being the focus, or if you think someone else should be. And then also, if he is the focus, what do we do with Dylan Cease? Like I said, let me know in the comments. And also, if you could hit the subscribe button, it would be much appreciated. Sorry for bugging you about that again on the way out. Keep the faith, Padres fans. 2025 is having some ups and downs right now, but ultimately is going to just keep on getting better and better as the Padres get closer and closer to the playoffs. Talk to you guys next time.